How are you going to work in your world to feel good? Well, I don't know. Well, I say, I guess you better find out. I guess you better work and put your mind on not dwelling on this problem and not dwelling on all of your discontent, and start dwelling on, I'll give you a little hint, start dwelling on everything that's good, everything that's right. Well, there isn't much right in my world. And then search your life for everything you're grateful for, and start dwelling on what you're grateful for. Put your mind, put your focus on what you're grateful for. Gratitude is the entry emotion into the up spiral. Getting my mind off of what I don't have and what's not complete and what's not fixed, and starting to find and look for where I have gratitude and to feel that gratitude. You're going to work on how it is that you feel more grateful, or that you feel more of 5 different emotions: love, gratitude, peace, joy, and hope. 1,000 shades of gray, as individual and as diverse as we all are. Now, your assignment is to increase those emotions on the inside of you every day. I don't know how you'll do it, but I know you can. And I know because of this reason. And that is, as we meditate, as we become still, and as we empty ourselves, as people go inward and inward and inward, what they report, person after person after person, is inwardly they meet peace, that it dwells inside of us. Inwardly they meet hope. Inwardly they meet joy. Inside of them are all of these 5 emotions. All of them are there in the quietness of our lives and in the center of our hearts. They are all there. If you aren't in touch with what is all there at the center of your heart, you are living too much of your life on the outside. You are reacting too much to what's going on around you, and you are waiting. I know just what you're doing. You're waiting for something to come along out there and give you a reason to be joyful. Something to come along out there, some hunk to come along out there and love you, so you feel loved. Good luck. We're waiting for events on the outside of life, our jobs, our this, our that, to give us these interior experiences that we won't plug into ourselves because we don't really know that we have them inside of us until we go through stages and transitions of life, and we have to find them to be able to stay alive. And when we're not in touch with them and nothing out there is giving it to us, we think we're going to die. Until we do this inner work, until we do this inner job that is to reverse cause and effect here. And the reverse of cause and effect is this, and that is, I am not joyful because of what causes it out there. I am joyful because I choose to feel joy. I choose to feel it. If I have to begin by thinking it, then begin by thinking it. But we get to the place where you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, where you feel joy at a 1, joy at a 2, just a little joy. Feel that emotion. All of these emotions are on the inside of us, and if we're waiting for them to happen and be caused by something on the outside of us, all of you are going to be in utter disappointment in some stage or transition of your life, because nothing out there is going to do for you what you essentially have to learn through meditation, some kind of meditation, some kind of life skill, some kind of discipline. You're going to have to learn to create on the inside of you that it is your sole responsibility, that you do not get married to make somebody else happy. That you do not marry somebody else because they make you happy. He makes me happy. I say, uh-oh. What are you going to do when he doesn't? I see couples all the time with relationships falling apart because they're holding each other responsible for their happiness. He doesn't make me happy anymore. And I say to her, well, it's not his job. What's he supposed to do then? He is supposed to make him happy. His responsibility is to make him happy. Your responsibility is to make you happy, and to make you so happy that that happiness overflows and you share that happiness. That is a relationship. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make somebody else happy, but don't let them hold you hostage and make them think that your reason for existing is to make them happy. And you're out of line when you're not making somebody happy out there, or they're out of line when they're not making you happy. So find these 5 emotions inside of you. That's the emotional gym. Find them inside of you. And they take practice. When you go to the gym, if you want to grow muscle, you have to work a long time and push a lot of weight for those muscles to grow. Likewise, with the emotional gym, you have to work every day. All 3 of these people, shoebox lady, surgeon, and genius performer, all had to work every day of their lives to stay in touch with these emotional realities on the inside of them, to find a way to them, and to stop complaining that they were victims of a world that wasn't producing those states of mind for them. We are just not victims. But we also don't know. We haven't been told. You haven't heard somebody say, you know, grow gratitude on the inside of you. Now, I tend to be a rather reactive person. I was trained that way. I grew up that way until I began to discover this wonderful field that I work in. I bought a loft in Los Angeles, and I went to live in that loft in Los Angeles. I was up on the 7th floor of that downtown loft in Los Angeles, which was the first loft in downtown Los Angeles, and living there was like living in a third world. Homeless on the streets, living on the streets, 4 blocks from Skid Row. I thought, oh my God, what did I do? This world outside of me, I'm too close to these homeless people. Little did I know I was 2 blocks from the fire station. And every night I went to sleep, these firemen got calls. They couldn't have fires in the daytime. They had to have their fires at night. 2 o'clock in the morning, the fire engines are going through the intersection, and nobody's going through the intersection, but the fire trucks are going back, back, back. And I'm thinking, I'm going to talk to the fire marshal. I'm going to tell the fire marshal that there are important, significant people living in downtown LA now. And I'm going to start a movement, and I'm going to get these firemen who are just really simply proclaiming, because letting us know what heroes they are by going through intersections that don't need sirens and don't need that much noise at night. And they're going to change so I can feel peace. And I was really planning and working in that direction to begin to make those kinds of contacts, to talk about how downtown living had to change because the fire department needed to be more sensitive to the people who were asleep in this building. And then it occurred to me that it really wasn't the fire department's problem that I woke up at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I began to wonder, where are we going? What's this new adventure? Where am I being led? And of course, I know it's always deeper in my own work, so I can walk the talk. I want to tell you, let me say this for a minute. I don't walk my talk all the time. Okay? Sometimes I'm lousy at it. I am not being all that I know. Knowing is not being. Teachers do not have to feel guilty because they know all kinds of things and are not able to be all the things they know. If they did that, you would never have teachers. So this whole business of, I am myself, I walk my talk, does he walk his talk? You do not want to get up with me some mornings. Because we have that humanity in us. But I knew that it would lead me deeper. These fire trucks were going to lead me deeper into my own work. So every time the siren went off, I laid in my bed and I went, peace, peace, peace. Now, peace is a very interesting emotion for me Because I'm a go-getter. Did you get that feeling yet? I'm a go-getter. I'm a doer. I'm a writer. I'm a researcher. I get it done. I get it accomplished. I don't let much grass grow under my feet. So consequently, peace can be a challenge. I do not like to do the beach. Laying on the beach for an hour, sand all over the place. I got things to do. I do not do the beach well. Still. But I'm getting better at being what I know. And these firemen were there to teach me that in the middle of the night, inside of me, if I plugged into it just a little, 1 or a 2 on a scale of 10, if 10 is a lot of peace, I could go at a 2 and say, okay, peace, 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 peace. And the 2 grew to a 3. And the 3 grew to a 4. Peace. Peace. Let's see where these fire trucks take me. Peace. Peace. Laying on my bed at 2 a.m. in the morning. Peace. Peace. And sleep. And after 4 months, I never heard another fire truck. Their job was done. Done. Their job was done. And I had built up in the middle of the night this reservoir of peace that anytime I wake up in a jolt from a negative dream that's sorting my brain out and I'm wide awake, anytime at night I can start the chant, peace, 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 peace. And soon I am at peace and back asleep. That is a skill that I have learned and taught myself and can do, and believe me, if I can do it, every one of you in here can do it. A lot of times I don't have time for joy. I'm too busy. I'm already writing in my mind the next book. I took the summer off from writing a book this time because this last one took me so long to do, and it was such a grueling process. I took the summer off. Do you know I wrote the book anyway in my mind? It's there. All I have to do is sit down and it's there. It's done. Because I am not as good at joy as I need to be at joy. But I'm getting better at noticing how I can create joy on the inside of me at a 1 or a 2. Joy, joy, joy. If you do not feel it and do not know it, it is within you. It is in your heart. It is in the essence of the spirit of oneness that is within you. And you have to just simply go inward and think it at a 1. Joy. Practice it every day. Joy, 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 joy. Until that chant, until you can look at anything around you that's beautiful and go to joy because you choose to go to joy. And you've got joy so strong in you that no one on the outside can take that away from you.